This telecast comes to you from Parliament Hill in Ottawa, where again a large crowd has gathered to watch the arrival of the President of the United States to the Canadian Parliament buildings, where in a few minutes he will address both houses of the Canadian Parliament. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation welcomes viewers in the United States for this special telecast from the Parliament buildings in Ottawa. President Kennedy and Mrs. Kennedy have just arrived at the steps of the center block. They are greeted by Prime Minister Diefenbaker and Mrs. Diefenbaker and the leader of the government in the Senate, the Honorable Mr. Asseltine and Mrs. Asseltine. They were accompanied in the car by the United States Ambassador to Canada and Mrs. Merchant. The sun is shining very brightly. The temperature is crisp. As a matter of fact, yesterday it dropped about 30 degrees from a high of 85 on Monday. This is Bing Whittaker speaking. The Houses of Parliament are in three main sections, the east, west, and center blocks. And the President and Mr. Diefenbaker have just moved into the main door of the center block into Confederation Hall, where the speakers of both houses will be presented, as well as the leaders of the opposition in the Commons and Senate. Mr. Kennedy and Mr. Diefenbaker will go to the chambers of the Speaker of the House of Commons, and in a few minutes will enter the Commons, where his address will be given. People have been gathering outside for more than 2 hours and undoubtedly will be able to hear the address on the public address system.